On May 3rd, 2025, the world said goodbye to a remarkable collection of voices, artists, diplomats, leaders, and visionaries whose contributions stretched across continents, cultures, and generations. Each left behind a story woven into the fabric of their nation's identity. Today, we honor their memory, their legacy, and the timeless impact of their life's work. Cannom was a transformative figure in the world of cinematic makeup, a true magician whose brushes and pigments brought characters to unforgettable life. Winner of 4 Academy Awards and nominated for many more, Cannom's artistry spanned decades and genres. From a haunting transformation in Bram Stoker's Dracula to the poignant aging sequences in The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, he worked with some of the most iconic names in Hollywood and elevated the field of makeup effects to an art form recognized by peers and audiences alike. Beyond the accolades, Cannom was a mentor and pioneer, inspiring a new generation of artists to explore the power of illusion. His hand shaped faces, but his legacy shaped an industry. Ruth A. Davis was a trailblazer in American diplomacy. As the first African-American woman to serve as Director General of the Foreign Service, she shattered barriers and redefined what leadership could look like in international relations. Over her distinguished career, Davis championed diversity in the diplomatic corps and forged strong global relationships rooted in respect and equity. She mentored hundreds of young diplomats, many of whom went on to make their own marks on the world stage. Her calm strength, strategic brilliance, and quiet dignity made her a beloved figure at the State Department and beyond. Ruth Davis's legacy is not only found in diplomatic history books, but in every glass ceiling she helped to shatter for those who came after her. Lino Gutiérrez was a seasoned American ambassador who served his country with honor and clarity during critical periods in Latin America. Appointed as a U.S. ambassador to both Nicaragua and Argentina, Gutiérrez was known for his cultural sensitivity, sharp policy insights, and steadfast commitment to democracy and diplomacy. He played a crucial role in fostering peaceful international relations and advancing human rights and economic cooperation across borders. His calm demeanor and skillful negotiation often de-escalated tensions and paved the way for stronger partnerships. Lino Gutiérrez leaves behind a legacy of diplomacy grounded in empathy and strategic wisdom, proof that bridges are built not just with policies, but with people. Harmelin served behind the scenes of American governance and public discourse, yet his influence was profound. As a White House speechwriter and longtime legal advisor, Harmelin helped shape key moments in American political history. His eloquence and command of language gave voice to complex ideas, while his legal expertise guided influential figures through challenging terrain. He also dedicated time to civic projects, including historic preservation and education reform, making him a quiet yet persistent force for public good. Harmelin understood the power of words and used them to inspire, clarify, and lead. His voice will echo in the policies and speeches that helped shape a nation. Healey reimagined cities, not just in their structure, but in their soul, as an urban planner. She played a pivotal role in transforming Chicago's landscape, from overseeing the planning of major events like the NATO summit to leading key redevelopment projects that revitalized neighborhoods. Healey believed in cities that work for everyone. She combined business acumen with civic vision to create inclusive spaces where communities could grow and thrive. Her work was not just about buildings. It was about people, opportunity, and equity. Healey's legacy is written into skylines, into the parks and streets and transit lines that pulse with life because of her vision. Horton was a pillar of the American football community, first as a tenacious player and later as a revered coach. With a deep love for the game and a gift for mentorship, Horton helped mold young athletes into disciplined, resilient, and principled individuals. As head coach at the University of Central Arkansas, he led his team to multiple national championships, earning respect far beyond the field. But more than his victories, it was Horton's integrity and guidance that left the deepest imprint. He believed in second chances, hard work, and the bonds of team and brotherhood. Football was his arena, but his influence was far greater. Rabbi Sholom Lipskar was a spiritual beacon to thousands. Born in Uzbekistan and raised in America, he became a cherished figure in Orthodox Jewish life through his founding of the Shul of Bal Harbor and the Olive Institute. His mission was one of inclusion, compassion, and justice, bringing light to prisons, military bases, and communities in need. He championed Jewish education, ethics, and outreach with warmth and conviction, never turning away from those who felt forgotten. Rabbi Lipskar's life was a testament to unwavering faith and selfless service. His teachings will continue to inspire, long after his voice has fallen silent. Steve Pepoon's wit and imagination helped define a generation of television. As a writer for hit shows like Alf, Get a Life, and The Wild Thornberrys, Pepoon brought joy, absurdity, and insight into millions of living rooms. His humor was smart and quirky, often blending surreal comedy with surprisingly deep observations about family identity and growing up. Off-screen, he was a humble and generous colleague, eager to support new writers in the industry. Steve Pepoon gave us laughter, and in doing so, he gave us relief, reflection, and a better understanding of ourselves. Shozo Sato was a cultural bridge, a master of Japanese arts who introduced the beauty of kabuki theater and traditional aesthetics to Western audiences. As a director, educator, and calligrapher, Sato's work illuminated the spiritual and symbolic richness of Japanese culture. His adaptations of Western plays through the lens of kabuki, like Macbeth and Medea, were bold and visionary, earning global acclaim. Sato's legacy lives not only in his productions, but in the thousands of students he taught the art of balance, grace, and storytelling. He was not just an artist. He was a guardian of tradition and an ambassador of beauty. David Young's poetry captured the subtle textures of life, its joys, sorrows, seasons, and silences. A prolific writer and beloved teacher, he published numerous collections and translations that revealed his deep sensitivity to language and the human condition. His work was introspective and expansive, often rooted in nature and the shifting tides of emotion. As a professor at Oberlin College, he guided countless students toward their own voices, their own truths. In a world often too loud, David Young offered quiet wisdom. His verses remain a sanctuary of stillness and insight for all who seek meaning in words. Today, we remember and celebrate the lives of Greg Cannom, Ruth A. Davis, Lino Gutiérrez, Stephen Harmelin, Lori Healey, Harold Horton, Rabbi Sholom Lipskar, Steve Pepoon, James F. Rooney, Shozo Sato, and David Young. Each brought light to a different corner of our world through creativity, diplomacy, faith service, and leadership. Their stories are threads in a vast and enduring tapestry of human achievement. Though they are no longer with us, their legacies remain, living on in every inspired artist, empowered student, protected city, and hopeful heart. May their memory be a blessing, and may we carry forward the torch they so nobly lit.